Do you know this man? Well, chances are you've seen his work. This is James Montgomery Flagg, a well-known American artist and illustrator from the early 20th century. Flagg is responsible for one of the most iconic images in American history, but before we get to that, let's take a very quick look at his life and work. Flagg was born in New York City on June 18, 1877. By the age of 12, Flagg was already a talented artist, selling an illustration for Johnny and the Giant, published in St. Nicholas Illustrated magazine in January of 1898. By the time he was 14, he was a member of the Life magazine staff, and then joined the staff of Judge magazine the following year. Flagg went on to study art in New York, London, and Paris until 1900, but found no true benefit in it. Flagg said later, "I wasted 6 years of my young life in art schools. There are no art teachers. Art cannot be taught. Artists are born that way. They educate themselves, or else they do not become educated. I happen to have been born an artist." From 1903 to 1907, Flagg wrote and illustrated the cartoon Nervy Nat for the magazine Judge, and earned commissions from the most popular magazines of the day, including Scribner's, McClure's, Collier's Weekly, Harper's Weekly, Cosmopolitan, and the Saturday Evening Post. He illustrated books, covers, posters, cartoons, and portraits, especially those of beautiful women. In 1903, he began drawing Hollywood celebrities for Photoplay magazine, having relations with many of his models. Flagg referred to them as lust affairs. Flagg was a productive and versatile artist, excelling in most areas except for pastels, which he disliked. He once said the difference between the artist and the illustrator is that the latter knows how to draw, eats 3 square meals a day, and can pay for them. In July 1916, Flagg was commissioned by Leslie's Weekly to draw what would eventually become his most iconic image, that of Uncle Sam staring and pointing his finger at you. The 1916 image, though, did not ask American men to join the army, but rather what they were doing for preparedness. Preparedness was a movement in America that encouraged individuals and the nation as a whole to be ready to join the Great War in Europe. When America did indeed join World War I the following year, Flagg's image was transformed into the now famous "I Want You" recruitment poster that we all know and love. Over 4 million copies of this image were printed between 1917 and 1918. Flagg decided to use himself as the model for the face of Uncle Sam, and took cues from American cartoonist Thomas Nast, who was the first to draw the character, as well as some inspiration from Alfred Lett's 1914 British poster of Lord Kitchener encouraging men to enlist in the British Army. Flagg didn't stop there. During the war, he produced 46 posters as a member of the Division of Pictorial Publicity. His posters encouraged Americans to support the war by purchasing war bonds, enlisting in the armed forces, or supporting the Red Cross. Between the wars, Flagg continued his work and was reported to be the highest paid magazine illustrator in America. Photoplay had him paint portraits of all the famous film stars, including Hedy Lamarr, Joan Fontaine, and Greta Garbo. During the 1930s, Flagg greatly supported Franklin Delano Roosevelt and painted presidential campaign and New Deal posters for him. During World War II, Flagg once again brought his talents to the service of his country, producing more war propaganda posters featuring the now famous Uncle Sam. By now, Flagg had aged to the point where he truly looked like his creation, and even posed for photographs dressed in an Uncle Sam outfit and goatee. James Montgomery Flagg died in 1960, having given America one of its most memorable images. On September 15, 1961, Congress passed a resolution officially adopting Uncle Sam as America's national symbol. I hope you enjoyed this video lesson, and I hope you learned something.